Yes, people, welcome back to Mission Podcast. And today we're talking Night of Champions slash Monday Night Raw. Since we're filming this quite late, let's get straight into it then. For Night of Champions, let's talk about the main event first. CM Punk versus John Cena. What are your guys' thoughts on this match? Did it deliver, or are you disappointed?
Who wants to start?
Who wants to start?
You
start,
you
man.
start.
Should I
you
start?
Yeah.
All right. I thought the main event was going well. Yeah. Obviously, they're both a bit old, so it's probably the worst Punk Cena match. Yeah, it was always going to be the worst Punk Cena match. But I didn't think it was a bad match. But then I don't know the finish. I seen someone on Twitter. They called it MCU wrestling, where everything has to be some big, huge spectacle. Fucking Seth comes, the Bron Breakker and Sammy and Penta showed up, and who was the other guy? I can't remember who else was there. I'm sure
Sammy
there was someone
Penta,
else.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Sammy Penta. Oh, Bronson Reed, I think. Was Bronson Reed there?
Yeah, Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Bronson Reed was there, yeah.
Seth.
I think if it was just Seth, yeah, costing him, okay, fair enough, yeah. But then we don't need to do this whole thing at the end of every big main event, Sometimes I'd like to see a clean finish. I'd like to see, just one-on-one. I think it wasn't a bad match by any stretch. It was a good match, but I just think the finish was a bit too much. They're doing too much. See, when I watched it, I'm thinking, do I like this? Do I not? The most confusing part was Penta. I know he's been like a little things with Bron Breakker, but like Sammy, I get because Sammy's aligned with Punk at least. Yeah, the tag team last month or whenever it was. But Penta was a bit random for me. I know he's feuding with Bron, but I don't know. The ending kind of put a bit of taste on it. It wasn't a bad match though. It was a good match. Obviously, we saw Cena hesitate to hit Punk with the belt. You can see maybe the babyface is coming back into him. And then kind of Cody cheated to beat Randy by pushing him into the turnbuckle as well. So it's one of them. Are they gonna change it around for some SummerSlam match? Maybe you're gonna have Cody. Cody's a heel. Cody's a heel excites me as well though. But I think Punk Cena was a good match. I think both guys did good. I think it's probably the best match of Cena's title reign so far.
Yeah,
I really like the Randy match as well though. But I think it was I think it was the best match because it has been an underwhelming title reign. Let's be honest.
Yeah, by far, man.
I think the ending was doing too much.
I really enjoyed this to a certain part. I thought before the match actually started, the spectacle was amazing. I don't know if you guys seen it. The crowd were into it. Both entrances were elite. Punk doing what he did, Money in the Bank 2011, sing in the middle of the ring. I thought his jacket, the one in logo, was proper cold. Actually proper like
that was a nice jacket.
And Cena came out and like it was a proper big fat feel. You could feel it. Like these two are two of the biggest names in wrestling history, and having a match, a Night of Champions. People were saying they would have preferred it if it happened on Money in the Bank. The crowd wouldn't have been into it like they were into this, bro.
Yeah.
The Saudi crowd started off horrible, like the first few years. The last 2-3 years, yeah, the Saudi crowds have come into their own. I think because they've pushed wrestling into the Middle Eastern market, fans start investing into more. I thought this crowd all now was excellent. The match I think started off fine. I think it was like a normal Punk Cena match. One thing I wasn't a fan of was the finisher spamming. I think the finisher spamming got a bit too much. Like I get you want the crowd to buy into it, near falls, but I thought there's a limit, and I thought they crossed that at some points. But again, it's two old men. They're not what they were 10 years ago, where they could actually put on a good match without having to, hit the GTS or STF or AA after every 3 minutes or something. So yeah, I liked that match, and then the interferences came, and you know what my thoughts on this is? Yeah, I didn't hate it as much as I hated Cena v Cody. And I'll tell you what, in Cena v Cody, there's only one interference, Travis Scott, but it was Travis Scott. Travis Scott made no sense at all. He wasn't okay. You could say he was part of the first angle, but he wasn't going to be there afterwards, like we've seen. He has been on one show afterwards. At least Sami Zayn, at least Penta were there, and at least they were part of the story. So from that aspect, the storyline aspect, I didn't mind it because they were all interlinked. The first part of the interference, I didn't mind. The one where Seth came out, Bronson came out, and Sami Zayn and not LA Knight, Sami Zayn and Penta, they even the odds. And I like the dynamic of Punk and Cena, teaming up. You could show Cena babyface tendencies, teaming up to take out Seth. Then they shook hands, and Cena did that. His heel face is so funny. I don't know if you guys noticed. Every time he does that,
it's so
that
dumb,
face
isn't
is
it?
so funny. And then this is the part I didn't like. The second Seth interference spot where he hit the briefcase on Punk and then stomped him. I thought that was too much. I thought you could have just done the last. You could have took out Seth's faction then, and then after the shake hand, you could have done somewhere, where, but Cena just wins by being a heel. I don't think you needed that second Seth interference. But yeah, probably the most I've enjoyed a Cena match since he turned heel by far. The R2 stuff I wasn't into because it's a jobber. Why am I meant to get invested into a jobber? I don't get it. At least with this, you got Seth, you got Braun, Bronson, Sammy, Penta, guys who are top of the card. But this formula, they've spun this formula since Mania 40, yeah. But you get it, the average WWE fan is gonna eat this up, the overbooked stuff. So I don't see Triple H changing this formula anytime soon. I'm telling you guys, yeah, get ready for SummerSlam not to main event.
Oh
The
yeah,
card you've seen is
it's
gonna
2
be
nights
the
as well.
most overbooked nonsense I've ever seen. But yeah, they've spammed that like a bar of soap since. I thought the overbooked aspect to it, I thought is fine because they normally do it when it's the culmination of something. So like Mania 40, it made absolute sense. Here, I thought it's okay. You can't justify it because Seth is the briefcase holder. Of course, it's going to come down during a match. I don't think it was like for no reason. And again, I like the dynamic of Punk and Cena coming together. But yeah, I just thought that second Seth interference wasn't really needed. But bother, those are fine match. Not the best, but for probably the worst. They've had some amazing matches. Probably one of their worst matches.
It
But
was
still,
never going to be the best. Let's be
oh
honest.
yeah, exactly.
They're way past their prime.
Yeah,
They're
but
both
it did.
2 old men.
Yeah, but it did its job, and I was entertained. So can't ask for
Yeah.
much more.
Hedy, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly the same, man. I enjoyed the match, but the ending, like, it didn't ruin it for me, but it took away from the match. But obviously, I don't mind it. I think what'll happen now is, unless they do something else, they could potentially set up CM Punk and Seth at SummerSlam, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
like Daniel May said, my thoughts are the same as them. It was a good match till the ending.
I mean, to be honest, I get the MCU style kind of thing because with John Cena, it's obvious he can't really wrestle like he used to, innit? So you kind of have to rely on overbooking nonsense to like get his matches, to get excited for his matches.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, it was a fine match, innit? It was, I don't know. I still would have preferred this to have a longer build and be on SummerSlam. But it is what it is. I want to talk a bit about the SmackDown segment that they had, where Punk came out to. I think this is CM Punk, is an all-timer, on the mic, and so. But for me, that's the worst promo he's ever done. That was terrible. I don't know why they decided to have that in Saudi. It made no sense. I think it would have worked better with an American crowd,
bro. Not a single
was so
person in that crowd
awkward.
understood what Punk said. I'm telling you, they were just
It
stood
was
there
just
like, what the hell's
awkward
going on?
though. It was like
felt
Punk was
rehearsed.
getting his lines messed up as well. He kept stuttering. He did it about 3-4
It
times.
was bizarre.
Bro, it's like
CM Punk's my favorite wrestler.
starts.
That was the worst promo I've ever seen from CM Punk. I think that's the worst promo of his career, honestly.
Thing
It was
is,
horrible.
I would have minded if that was 2-3 weeks away from the match.
It's like the go home.
Yeah,
having
it's
that
just
been
like-
the last promo right before the match, that's meant to be a serious promo. You meant to both be going at each other like they did in the past. This just felt silly. I mean, I would have loved it if it was 2-3 weeks out. Yeah, I thought it was a good parody. First scene did the power bomb and then Punk coming out with Thugonomics. I think it was stupid. Some of the lines were stupid, but again, yeah, it was good fun for some people.
Yeah.
But doing it, the go home promo, stupid.
They should have done the pipeline, what John Cena did, whatever it's called, pipe bomb. They should have
Pipe
done
bomb,
that the night before the event.
The thing is,
It
even
was-
that pipe bomb promo, I think people overrated it massively.
Yeah.
They're saying like it's the
Exactly.
best promo ever and things like that.
No.
It was a good
It
promo.
was a
but
very good
come
promo.
on, it was a very good promo, but I don't even think it's a top Cena
It's
promo.
not even his top 3 of this run right now.
Yeah,
my
Cena
opinion.
kind of held back a bit. He didn't really go into the whole hypocrite stuff with Sal.
I think the funniest thing though was the Slim Jim table.
Yeah.
He's just they're
Another
going too far with
thing
these ads, man.
though,
Nah,
CM
the
Punk-
referee, she just kept telling Punk, there's like 2 minutes left. Keep your eyes
So
shut.
CM Punk, he's in my personal Mount Rushmore of wrestlers and like
Same.
characters, heel, face, whatever you call it. Yeah, I think he's amazing. He's one of the best to ever do it. But we can't deny the fact this guy is a massive hypocrite. Like, when he got pressured into like apologizing to Saudi, and oh my god, I was like, my goat would never do that in his prime. He would never do that. That money must be great that he's getting for doing that. But yeah, what did you guys
Yeah.
make of that? That was
It
weird.
was so funny because when he was in AEW, he was coming out with like pro
Yeah.
abortion shirts and pro like everything.
You know what is
And
yeah?
then now he's not said a word on anything since he's left. So it's like it's proper funny though.
You know what is yeah? I feel like has he actually matured? Does he actually feel like apologetic, or does he appreciate working in a professional environment? In AEW, he was working with these, like you said, kids. You know, it wasn't a really professional environment. In WWE, he probably appreciates the fact it's not the place it was 10 years ago with Vince McMahon. It's a much more
Yeah.
better place with Triple H, George. I think maybe he just appreciates working with proper professionals, proper feuds,
Yeah.
proper
You
matches.
say that, but
Or maybe
Like-
he's appreciating the fat check he's cashing.
yeah,
in Saudi.
exactly. But I just
Yeah,
feel
it could
like
be
it's
that,
it's very hypocritical. And like, oh,
Yeah, of course.
you in AEW, you were doing up SJW. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I
Yeah.
stand for this. This is wrong. Blah blah blah. And then you just go to WWE and just like change your tune so easily. So I can I agree with you in the fact that AEW was a fucking unprofessional as fuck, and it was
Yeah, of course.
it was stupid. It was a stupid environment for a guy as smart as Punk to be in. But that doesn't mean just because you move to a more professional place, all of a sudden you change your values and all that. But yeah, that's just a minor thing I thought was.
But let's be honest, guys. Yeah, money talks in it. If you're getting a fat paycheck, you're saying things. And
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it
it's
doesn't
not like
take
he said
any-
anything wild as well. Yeah,
Yeah, Punk's
he's
still one of my
apologized to Saudi
favorite.
whilst
Still one of my
wrestling.
all-time favorites. It doesn't really take anything away.
People act
Wrestlers,
like he's
I
done something
can't lie,
insane as well.
we shouldn't be looking at wrestlers for morality anyway, bro.
Oh, of course
Some
not.
of the
yeah.
stuff that
Scumbag.
these guys get up to
They're scumbags.
backstage, you know what I mean? It's a very scummy industry. So
Of course.
yeah,
It's
I-
either
it's-
that or
it
he had a
kills me, innit, when a
sniper on his
fan-
head.
it's such a like scummy
think-
industry. It's got a lot of SJW fans in it. It's just
Mm.
hilarious.
I
I
feel like
think people are
holding,
blowing this out of proportion as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what if he's wrestling in Saudi? It's never that deep.
Yeah,
Holding
it's not like
wrestlers-
it, bro.
holding
Every single
wrestlers to
country
a,
has issues.
holding wrestlers to a high degree is just going to disappoint you. Please don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
But I
this
just find it
industry
funny, man.
is
The way he
still
got pressured when the crowd was booing him and telling him to like shut the fuck up. And then as soon as he's like, I apologize to Saudi, they all start cheering.
They all loved him.
Bum licking him, bro.
Well, that was hilarious. But
Let's just blame the Miz and move on.
yeah,
The Miz.
yeah. Moving on, another match that took place at Night of Champions that was surprised, that exceeded expectations. I think was Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, the King of the Ring final. What did you guys make of it?
I think it
Very
was the
good
best match of the night.
I agree with
Agreed.
Eddie.
Personally.
Going into
I
the
agree as well.
going into the card, I expected it to be top two matches, but I liked this more than CM Punk. I
Yeah.
thought the dynamic was amazing. Cody started off showing his heel tendencies and targeting Orton's back. I think Orton's selling was amazing. Some people actually think Orton gets injured when he actually sells the back. Amazing. The finish, I thought Randy not hitting the punt, and then Cody basically took advantage and won. So the dynamic was amazing between both of them. That Randy Orton heel turn is gonna hit like crack. I'm telling you guys. When he punts
the-
Orton, bro, that's gonna hit like crack.
Can we just appreciate like Orton selling of his back? So I was watching at my house and my uncle came over. My uncle doesn't watch wrestling, but he was sat in the room with me, and he was watching. And when Randy hit that suplex, on Cody and started selling his back, my uncle thought he got legit injured.
But
I was trying so hard.
telling you, amazing.
I kept kayfabe alive for a minute. I didn't tell him he was selling, but you really
Also,
appreciate the
um,
moment, man. Randy's one
Ran-
of the best in the business.
Randy Orton, since his return in 2023, I think he's been a top 5 performer in the company. All
Yeah, of
his
course.
matches somehow have gone even better from before time when he was with Vince. The problem back then, I think he didn't get enough time off, so he couldn't really go for surgery on his back. They were working the events like 5 days a week. But now he gets more time. I think his matches are better. The match against Sami Zayn on the King of the Ring qualifier, amazing match. This Randy Orton match, amazing match. And he's got a match. I mean, I don't know if I want to give away spoilers for SmackDown, but they basically set up
Just spoil it.
they basically
Yeah.
set up Randy Orton with Drew McIntyre for Saturday main event, which I mean we've seen their matches back in 2020, and I think it's going to be an amazing match.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a banger. That.
I think Cody and Randy have very good chemistry as well. I think the match was very good.
Oh, yeah.
I loved how Cody was playing heel at times as well, because he was working heel the whole match as well.
Yeah.
And I think it suits Cody very well. And I'm excited to see what Cody would do with this character, because his babyface run did get a little boring towards the end, let's be honest. As much as I like Cody, I think he's a brilliant wrestler. Another thing on this match though,
Yeah, I
Go for
originally
it.
wasn't really a fan, of Cody Randy being at Night of Champions. I thought
Mm.
a few, but now that I've seen the match, I get what they're doing. It's planted the seeds for their rivalry, and I can't wait for their
I
rivalry.
think
think
I
they
think
should
I
have.
talked you. I think I talked you into a copy as well. When I go, that
Yeah.
babyface dynamic will be a good dynamic.
Yeah, I reckon these guys, you need to give them like a 6-month program for the feuding for the title or something
Yeah.
like that. It doesn't matter who the heel is, to be honest. It could be Cody, it could be Randy. Either way, it will be
I want to
amazing.
turn Cody, to be honest.
Yeah,
Especially
same.
because Cody couldn't win clean as well. So Randy could bring that up. Even though Randy was the one who like kind of instigated the cheating, he brought out the chair, he took off the turnbuckle pad, but Cody was the one who used it.
I think the best thing about this match that it proves that Randy Orton is still a main event talent.
Still
He's
got
still
it.
got
Of
it.
course.
And I feel like WWE now need to like. I don't know how many years the guys has because obviously he's got.
He
a
said
back. I know
50. He said 50, so like 5 years, I think.
yeah, but we say that, but
yeah.
with his injuries that he
But
gets,
Wrestlers get washed really fast. They can be very good one year, and then once they start aging, and they can become really bad.
That's
Like
why
my favorite example of this is Chris Jericho. You look at Chris Jericho in 2021, and then look at him in 2022. Even in 2022, he wasn't that bad. Look at him in 2023, horrible. And
What your
he
guys
just
thought
gets worse and worse.
on adding Randy to the Cody Cena match? Because I don't
wouldn't
care
mind
about a Cody Cena match.
I actually
I don't care
wouldn't
about
mind.
Cody Cena singles match.
I would like Cody Cena, but I would like Cody as a heel. Roman,
wanna see-
Cena as a face.
I think what happens is Cody will win the match, and then towards the end, Randy will come out because at the end of this match, if you've seen it when Cody was speaking on the mic, Randy had that look in his eye when he was talking about him. He had that evil look in his eye, like he's about to do something. So I think he could potentially do something at the end of the match.
We'll
At
touch on
SummerSlam.
this. Yeah, we'll touch on this more when we talk about SummerSlam. But there's a lot of possibilities for the Cody Cena match. I could see a double turn. I could see Cody winning and Randy turning on him.
Facts.
Lots of things that could happen, and then Seth
One-
cashing in as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One thing I want to talk about, is what do you guys think of them using like? Obviously, we saw it with Money in the Bank. They gave it to an already established star in Seth, and now King of the Ring, same thing. They're giving it to an already established star like Cody. I don't know. To me, like back in the day, Money in the Bank and things like King of the Ring were used to elevate the next crop of talent to the main event. I kind of preferred it when it was like that. I don't know how I feel about like guys like Seth and Cody just like winning these things when they definitely don't need it. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think it's not that deep, or do you think
Mixed
I hear
feelings
what you're
for
saying,
me.
Carl. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I hear
But
him.
I think
Both sides.
I can understand it
See,
for
I
Money
only
in the
tried
Bank.
deals with Money in the Bank
Money in the
personally.
Bank is a good storytelling device,
Mm.
But with King of the Ring, that's something I kind of want to be used for the newer talent, for the
Yeah.
mid carders trying to break into the main event.
But because
you
it's
know?
main event of SummerSlam, they're gonna have to use someone big, especially because this is the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. That's why they're doing it with Cody, because
guess
they want
so,
this big 2-night SummerSlam to be something special. Even though I think 2-night SummerSlam it shouldn't happen.
Woke
2-1 night.
nonsense, man.
It's woke nonsense.
We're
Exactly.
gonna have
Everything
Rumble
wrong
be
with
2
modern day
nights.
wrestling.
Rumble will be
I
2
know.
nights, very sure.
Bro, you know
Rumble
the
2
day,
nights is stupid.
you know the day they do, Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam,
Survivor
and
Series.
Money in the Bank and Survivor Series 2 nights here. I'm not watching this shit anymore.
Well,
That's
there
too
was a
much.
rumor going around that they're gonna do 2 manias in a year. If 2 manias in a year, I'm done.
Greatest WrestleMania in Saudi. Also,
Saudi
touching on
Mania.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
What do you guys
yeah.
think?
You know what? I'm not too mad at that. I think he looks like Guile.
Bro, this is what I mean, though. Can I just say something? I've said this for years in the wrestling chat. This Cody Rhodes guy, everyone's saying, "Oh, he's a company man. He loves." Bro, this guy, the first chance he gets, he's gonna dip to Hollywood. And he's already,
That's so
bro.
true,
The guy's
man.
already.
That's
I
so
think
true.
he's in a movie next month, not next month, called The Naked Gun. He's gonna be in that. He's gonna be in this now. I'm telling you, Cody Rhodes within the next 2 years, he's gonna go off to Hollywood.
because
like,
Roman Reigns is
you
in
think
that
about it.
movie as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know you
Roman's playing M. Bison. No, not M. Bison, Akuma,
That
which makes no
I can't
sense.
say his name. It's Ashuma or something.
With
Akuma.
Cody, you guys do know Cody's original dream wasn't to be a wrestler. He wanted to be an actor.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
he's an actor.
Yeah, he wanted to go acting. He did acting.
Yeah, but obviously he's got a lisp in it. So, but I mean, now he's got the clout. You never know, bro. Imagine Cody turns on Cena at SummerSlam, and you just see The Rock come out and be like, "I guaranteed Cody movie roles in Hollywood." It would be so
Imagine.
funny, man.
The final Rock. What? Not the final Rock. The final boss. Sorry. The fuck happened to him? Not seen him in ages.
Bro, he's got movies to promote.
Who?
Leave him alone,
Fucking
man.
Moana, bro.
The Smashing Machine, can't wait for
The
that.
Smashing Machine looks good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
But yeah, Cody Randy was a great match. Can't wait for
Yeah,
the
that was a
feud.
great match, man.
Mhm.
And yeah, another match that I want to talk about. I said this. I was the only one on the preview that
Oh,
said
you was,
Solo
yeah.
Sikoa is going to win
Oh,
the US
don't
title.
forget me. Don't
You
forget
should have
me.
seen it coming, man. You
Don't
could've-
forget me.
Can we take a minute to
Bro.
acknowledge our tribal chief, Solo Sikoa? Everybody wants
give
this
over,
guy.
man.
So
Give over.
good, man.
Give over. Give over, man.
Bro, do you know what I love about Solo? His fits, man. They're so cold.
So good.
Bro,
He's
the
just
thing I love about
quality
Solo is his
entertainment. He's so good
character.
on the mic as well.
The character development of Solo's been so good, man. And he
I-
deserved this title way earlier.
100%. 100%.
did-
I'm so happy
Because
that
he
he's
did get a
finally
Mania
won
match
the
as
title.
well. This man
Yeah.
did get a Mania match.
He will this year, I think. or
Bro,
next.
the
He has
way
to,
his
surely.
character's developed since WrestleMania 40 of him, it's unreal, man. I think he deserved the title way earlier.
Yeah, but listen,
He should've-
it's
in my
better late than
opinion.
never.
In my
Yeah, and then
opinion,
Tamatonga return as well.
the goat,
Finally.
the goat,
The GOAT.
Tongaloa, you mean?
Bro,
Oh,
no,
Tongaloa, yeah.
didn't
And
did Finger debut
Botchaloa.
as well? Hiku.
what did they rename
Nicola
Haku?
debut, yeah.
They called him
What they
Talatonga now.
what they
I think.
renaming?
Oh,
Talatonga.
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 Talatonga, Tangaloa, Tamatonga. Fucking hell, it's a tongue twister,
Yeah,
man.
It's a
Thing
bit
is that
bizarre,
Patches
innit?
is half ex-Bullet Club. It's wild.
And then you got fucking JC. He looks so out of
JC.
place.
JC Mateo.
JC doesn't excite me at all, to be honest.
What are your thoughts on WWE trying to Bullet Club their way into Bloodline? Like, just
Yeah, just
in
like
a new
16
version.
versions of it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm tired of bloodline nonsense. Yeah, I cannot be asked with Roman Tribal Chief
You know
Solo.
the thing is though,
Jake.
like there's so many of them, they have to like keep
Yeah.
it as a long running thing.
Yeah,
Bro,
of
what's
course.
next? Zilla Fatu's gonna come next.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
last
There's
year-
so more to come.
Last year it was Bloodline v Roman. This year is
Yeah.
Bloodline v Jacob Fatu. Next year, what? Bloodline v Solo Sikoa.
Bro, at this point, you might as well bring back Rikishi, man.
Bro,
Nah, man,
Rikishi, on that
Rikishi's just
guy.
gonna complain.
Rikishi
He's
loves to
gonna
complain so much, bro.
Exactly.
He's gonna be like,
Every
nah,
time-
Solo should be world champion as well. He should have beaten Cena.
Every time a decision goes wrong against Jey Uso, the guy's the first one to complain. Bro, your boy's in the main event scene for God knows how long now. Just
He won the
appreciate
Royal
it.
Rumble.
Oh yeah,
He
exactly.
won the world
bro.
champion
He won,
at
bro.
WrestleMania.
Exactly, man.
You know,
Just
you know
still
Rikishi,
complaining.
I've been watching some of his some of his old stuff like Attitude Era matches and some of them he's in, yeah. He's a very good seller, you know that. I didn't realize how good of a seller Rikishi was. Right, if you go back and watch some of the
I
matches,
can't say I'm well versed in Rikishi matches, to be honest.
bro, his moveset was his finisher was literally just sitting down on someone and hitting them one.
Nia
It's like
Jax, yeah.
fucking Nia Jax.
But do you think we're gonna get the rematch then at SummerSlam between Solo and Jacob?
I'd assume so.
Oh, yeah.
It should happen. It's
I
two
think
nights
it
as
will
well,
drag
man. They
on
have to
to-
have Solo and
Yeah.
Jacob on that
And
card.
do you think they're gonna change titles again, or do you think Solo's in for a long feud now, a longer reign?
I think Jacob wins it back at
I
SummerSlam,
think
to be
Jacob wins
honest.
it back too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see, but Jacob's a star, man. You gotta elevate
Yeah.
him to the main event scene soon
Yeah.
as well.
At the same
Like,
time,
you
though,
got guys like Jacob Fatu and
I
like
reckon the
Bron
Solo
Breaker. I
title-
think them two
I
are your
reckon
future.
a good 3-4 month Solo title will be so entertaining as well. It's kind of a mixed.
I feel like he'll just get lost in the mid card, man. That US title always gets lost. Even Jacob, his title reign got lost. Before him, LA Knight, his title reign got lost in the
Yeah.
mid card. Nakamura's got lost in the mid card.
You
It's
know,
just
what
like that US
no.
title.
You know, what is
no one's
weird?
really asked about it.
Just as a champion, Triple H combo reigns. This guy,
Yeah.
especially,
Especially
a
mid card
baby
reigns.
the story leading up to it will be amazing. Like next year when Sami Zayn wins the WWE Championship, hopefully, the story
Hopefully.
up to it will be amazing. I don't trust Triple H when he actually has the belt. I don't know, man. This guy's.
Like, look at the New Day. That heel turn was so good. And then
You know what the
happened?
funny thing is, yeah, with the New Day heel turn, all they got after that was backstage segments, and then Triple H realized it didn't work, and he put the titles back on Judgment Day. That's his go-to formula.
I,
We
like,
back, baby.
I don't know, man. With the New Day thing is weird because I feel like they had massive plans for them, obviously using Big E and all that, but it's just like not materialized.
Underwhelming, man. That's
It
what
was
it
very
is.
underwhelming.
They
Because
need a Big E here.
think about it. Name one match of that reign that you thought was good other than last night's. Last night's was the best match of that New Day run.
And it
By
was the
far,
one they
yeah,
lost.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I think the New Day. I'm tired of the New Day in general.
Same. Dissolve them, man.
I think it's time to break up.
The
They
Mania
brought
match was tragic.
The Mania match was horrible.
So
They
much.
need
And
to
I
be
like the New Day.
deployed.
I think the New Day are one of the best tag teams of all time, but it's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
it's ran its course.
Yeah,
It ran its course a few years ago, to be honest.
when you compare them to the Street Profits, there's levels between them, man.
I think it
And
ran
Kofi
its
is
course
old as well. Kofi's
when
been in
Kofi
this
won.
game a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Kofi won the belt, I think that's when he basically ran its course.
That's
The
when
matches
it's
against the Usos in 2017, the Hell in a Cell match, they had
great.
some bangers, bro.
I mean, is there any other matches you want to talk about on Night of Champions? Or
Let's touch on Sami Zayn with Karrion Kross.
Sammy, yeah.
Well, look
Yeah.
who invited me to play COD, Haroon.
bro, Karrion Kross actually took some back bumps in this match.
Oh my days. The discourse around that was so funny, man. Everyone was
See-
saying, oh, you can't take her back bump. Can't sell. This, that.
The outrage I've seen on social media over Sami Zayn winning is one of the most pathetic team I've seen in my life. The RWC should, bro, these
Kill
guys are
themselves.
pathetic. How are you? There's wrestlers on the roster that are better than Karrion Kross by a mile. Why are you not vouching for them? There's wrestlers like Carmelo Hayes who are much better overall, and you guys are riding out for Karrion Kross like he's some saint, bro. Give over.
Bro,
He's
I'm
not
telling
good.
you,
He's not
the
good.
only
Look,
expansions
where
of his bird.
Where was this outrage for Chad Gable, man?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now he's V1
Karrion
Kross.
Kross is he's a good promo. Yeah, I'll give you. He's a very good
Now
promo.
he's injured.
He can't fucking wrestle.
You
Right.
know what killed me? Ludwig Kaiser as El Grande.
Oh yeah.
It's so
Bring it up.
funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
See, people are
I
overrating
feel sorry,
this
I
Karrion
feel
Kross
sorry for
Sami
Chad
Zayn
Gable,
match as
man.
well. Yeah,
Just when that El Grande gimmick was getting over as well, he gets injured.
I know he gets injured.
Oh,
Poor
yeah.
guy.
Wait, how did he even get injured? What happened?
I think he's had it for a while.
How's El Grande gone from like 5'10" to bloody 6'4"?
Bro, it's
can't-
this
they should
Mexican
just-
training style,
They
man.
should,
You
just keep,
just
they
grow.
should just keep this as a gimmick now. Whenever they want to use a different person, just keep El
It'd be
Grande
so funny
there.
to stick like a black guy in it
Oh,
next.
man.
You never know, Xavier Woods or Kofi.
Xavier was a Kofi, so
They're
Grande
gonna have Kurt
Americano.
Angle be El Grande next.
It'll be so funny when Chad and Ludwig recreate that Spider-Man meme and the boys just pointing at each other.
The one
Rumble,
funny-
Rumble
Hey,
next year.
It'll be Sin Cara versus
Danny
Sin Cara
Bush
match.
reminded
Oh,
me,
yeah.
It's the Sin Cara versus Sin Cara, man.
But one's fucking
Touching
a whole.
touching on Raw, there was Gunter and Punk had a little thing. Do you think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the direction they're going towards?
I think that's SummerSlam.
I think
that's
the
his SummerSlam World Heavyweight
overall
Championship match.
segment was amazing. I think Gunther coming out. You know what's funny is Gunther's not acknowledging Goldberg as a threat at all, which is hilarious. So that guy
Because
basically
Goldberg's
said
gonna win now.
Bro, if that fight's not over within 5 minutes, I'm just gonna turn my TV off, man.
Gunther basically came out, and he goes that, oh, who's next? And then Seth comes out, and Seth goes that, oh, my target was to screw Punk the last pay-per-view, and he worked. Then Punk came out, you see, just attacked Seth. Then Seth ran away to the crowd, and Gunther, I think, pushed Punk. That match would be amazing, bro. Gunther v Punk. I don't know when
Don't
they do
forget
it.
LA Knight.
I don't know if it's the SummerSlam match. I hope it is, because that would be an amazing match.
It has to be.
And then LA Knight comes behind Seth, and they have a nice brawl throughout the arena.
Yeah.
And then they announced that match for Saturday Night Main Event. But Saturday Night Main Event is looking like a decent card. Randy Drew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
we're now
stacking the
the
card
additions.
up because
additions on
of
it
a
now.
certain other company. That's not competition, guys. No competition. We'll just stack up every card against them.
But yeah, I really like that segment. I feel like there were lots of new stars interacting with you. We've never seen a Gunther v Punk, interaction. I thought that was fresh and new. Seth early. I think their match will be a good match. Yeah, overall, really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Gunther has in
Did you guys see what Paul Heyman said that Seth Rollins is currently perfecting Plan B?
Plan
Plan
B.
B, yeah.
When Seth
wonder what
hits
Plan B
his
is.
opponent with, there's always a Plan B. That's gonna be so cold. You know who the
I
I
Plan B
think
is gonna
Braun
be?
turns on though. I think Braun turns on Seth.
You know what is? Yeah, I don't see that because I think that'll be too early for one. I think that's the Mania match. I don't know if it's next Mania or the Mania after. I think it's the Mania after because I think they don't Seth v Roman at Mania 42. But I think Plan B is either gonna be Ethan Page,
Roman.
which would be amazing because Ethan Page, a great talker, he's a heel you just would dislike because he's basically a dickhead. Ricky Saints though, Ricky Saints is
like
he's friends with Punk ain't he as well. So what if
Yeah.
what if Seth says there's always a plan B and Ricky Saints turns on Punk? That would put Ricky Saints into the main event scene straight away. I think that'd be amazing, But I don't know who I want.
I mean,
I'd
Punk
prefer
was supposed to face
Yeah.
Starks, and he just before he got fired as well, because that's what he
So
was
yeah,
scheduled for, like the same
exactly.
week. So
They've got
that's
backstory.
unfinished business there as well.
They've
So
got backstory already. So I'd
exactly.
like Ethan Page more because I like him as a wrestler. He's one of my favorites in the NXT. Ricky Saints will make sense though. But them two, I don't see who else it could be, to be honest. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, just them two popular.
I think Saints would be a good idea. I like Ethan Page as well in that space.
Yeah.
But Saints and Punk, they have very good chemistry. The match they had for the Owen Hart a few years ago, very good match as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. But I feel like LA Knight in this whole situation is a bit like who invited LA Knight? Why is he there? It's just like
I
you
mean,
got these big guys and just got LA Knight.
No,
I
it's a
don't see the
fresh.
LA
I
Knight
think
hype.
it's a fresh
I've never
scene.
seen the LA Knight hype.
You know how my thoughts on LA too, yeah. But I feel like it's good that he's away from SmackDown. He's been feeding with the Bloodline since 2023 or something, and now he's at least he's got a fresh scene and a fresh direction.
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah,
have a good
that's
match
true.
with them.
the best thing about Raw now is that most of the stories are interconnected,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and
that's
it's
the
a
best
good,
thing about
it's a good
wrestling.
I
thing,
think the
yeah.
brand split's out the window anyway, because Cena's popping up here and
Well,
there. And
I think they're doing the draft soon, though. No,
I think it's
yeah,
after
but the
yeah.
draft lasts like 2 months. That's the thing.
it's
Because
so
after
pointless.
SummerSlam,
Oh,
like
come on,
what you
brand
got
split.
built to Survivor Series. The draft's not gonna last
You know
post
what?
Survivor
It doesn't
Series.
make
It's from
sense.
January
It
on
doesn't
is
make
Mania
sense to
season
do the
anyway.
brand split because they've got so many fucking titles now, but they don't
Exactly.
follow the brand split. It just makes zero sense. I don't know what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's like Evolution. They've decided to put the women's tag belts against someone from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, even though there's an NXT Tag Team Championships as well. And there's only one women's belt. So that doesn't make sense to me either. There's too many
Me
belts,
too.
there's too many things going on.
listen, I don't know about
don't
you
know.
guys, but the way the main event segment ended, yeah, I kind of want to see a multi-man match at SummerSlam for Cena's title.
A triple threat.
Fatal forward.
I want to see Cena, Cody, and Punk and Randy. I reckon that would be amazing.
But I
That
think
would be
because
class.
Cody won the King of the Ring, like I don't know, to add a third man is kind of like
Yeah.
it's one of them, innit? He's kind of earned
I don't know. I
the
reckon it would
opportunity.
be way better, and that way you can have your MCU style match with Seth Rollins and his faction coming in and involved as well. Because
I just hope
personally,
there's a stipulation.
I think they should run Seth Roman at SummerSlam Night 1 main event.
I think that's
Night one
the
main
main.
event. I agree.
I feel like that's the main match, though.
I
I
think
feel
it'll
like
be night 2 because
Cody.
night 1 will be the women's, no?
I don't know.
It
It
won't be
depends
the-
on when Seth cashes in, man. That's the big
True.
thing. Because I think he needs a belt round him. Because
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
working. People are
Any
hating on this Seth
possibility
storyline for some
he
reason,
can
which
catch
I
see it
don't get.
happening. I can see it happening at SummerSlam, to be honest.
I
First
think
You know,
either
night.
Punk wins and Seth cashes in on Punk, or
That's what I was
Punk
thinking.
screws him and then Seth screws Punk, pins
Because
Gunther,
they
and makes
wanna-
it a triple threat.
because they want to build SummerSlam as the biggest SummerSlam ever, 2 nights. I think something big is
Yeah.
going to happen. I can see a Seth cashing 100%. If that's in the Gunther Punk match and Punk, finally wins the belt and Seth straight away cashes in, or if it happens in the Cody Cena match where, a double turn happens, Cody wins and they end it there, or if Cody just wins as a pure babyface, Seth comes out, says there's always a plan B, someone attacks him and Seth wins. I think that'll be an amazing end to SummerSlam. But they're going to have to pull something out of the bag because it is, the biggest SummerSlam ever.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, War Games is
pref-
back.
yeah, War Games.
Just quick predictions for War Games main event. I think Team Cena v Team Seth or Team
Yeah,
Cena.
same. I don't think
Team
it'll be around
Solo
the
versus
bloodline.
Team Jacob Fati.
More people are hating on this format and they want the 5v5 elimination tag stars match here. But I
I
feel
like
like
the 5.
I like them
5v5.
too. But with the RWC, yeah, they'd be still
can't
be
win.
complaining about 5v5 style matches. If War Games wasn't here, they're so fickle, man.
Do you know what my idea would be? Make War Games elimination.
Yeah, I'd like that,
I feel like that's a good dynamic.
But
Instead of one pinfall, you
I feel,
eliminate.
I just say that I feel like the War Game stipulation is starting to get a bit tired, though.
See, I
I
really
don't-
like War Games.
I
But-
don't know why you change a winning formula. Every War Games match has banged. The first one,
Banged.
Bloodline v Brawling Brutes, Sheamus Drew. I think that was amazing. The second one, Judgment Day against the Raw Babyfaces, again amazing match. We had the Punk and Randy return there. Last year's I really liked Team Bloodline with Team New Bloodline. Both of them, I think all three have been amazing. So I don't know why you
Yeah.
change, unless people actually get tired and some matches don't hit. don't change it. But I think with the women's, yeah, they just put it together last minute. There's no point having the women's war game. It
Yeah.
makes no sense. They just put the teams together for the sake of it. For the men's though,
Yeah, they just pick
throw it
5
up
random
there.
women and 5 random
Especially
women.
this year when you have a massive heel faction with sets on Raw, it can make it work, and I wouldn't change it to be honest.
Why they got Roman on the poster, man? Is he even gonna be there?
He should be. there,
Yeah,
man.
he should be.
Yeah.
But if he's 5v5, yeah.
Is he gonna
Just
be a
like-
part of
Do you guys think
5v5?
Roman? Do you guys think Roman's not going to work a match at SummerSlam this year? Do you think he'll just make an appearance at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
No,
He'll
he
make
has to
it
work
nah.
a match, man. It's a
Apparently,
2-night thing.
he's meant to be returning soon, and he's meant to be having a match at
'Cause
SummerSlam.
I think
So,
he's
yeah,
shooting a film straight after
don't-
SummerSlam,
yeah.
innit?
Yeah,
But I don't
so he
think it's
won't be here.
logical for him to return like in between now and SummerSlam. I think he'll just wait for SummerSlam.
It could be Saturday night main event.
I mean, Cody did. To be fair, he returned on Saturday night. main event.
If anything, I would have thought Roman would have came back at Night of Champions to
Same.
stop
Or Money in
Seth.
the Bank. It was them two, and now. But I mean,
Does
they
that
have
require
reported
Roman
it.
showing up to work?
They have reported it. Who would back soon. So, how do you guys think a Roman v Braun match would go at SummerSlam?
No.
No, I think
Braun would have to go over, though. That's the thing.
yeah, it'll be
like,
passing to the
You
guard.
can't not put Braun over at the moment. The
Exactly.
guy's on fire.
So I'd put Braun over. I'd have Braun beat Roman. Roman
I don't
won't be
think-
there anymore.
I don't think
Nah.
Roman. I don't think
I
Roman
think the
would
match
let
you got to
Braun.
make it. You got to make Roman Seth at SummerSlam.
Or a copy.
Yeah,
Who
I
would you
think
have,
Roman Seth should be the way.
who
I
would
think
you guys
Steve
have
Braun
win though in
versus
Roman
someone.
v Seth? Who would you guys have win?
I'd have Roman win
Seth.
to
I'd have
finally get
Seth
his
win.
win. I'd
I'd
have
have
Roman
Seth win.
win to finally get his win on night 1, and then night 2, Seth cashes in to win. the
That's
He's
my
in.
problem though. I don't think Seth should be losing anytime soon.
I don't think Seth should ever lose
But,
to
like,
Roman Reigns.
No,
if he
this is
loses
what I
to
think.
Roman, the loss kind of gets like it's all right because he wins the title. Do you know what I mean?
I think
Why-
that feud should end at Mania, and I don't think Seth should be losing anytime soon. Even if it gets like the
Yeah,
top spot,
but then,
Roman
yeah,
Reigns, I don't see happening.
If Roman's
I
beating
could-
Seth and then Seth wins the title, then Roman's gonna say, "I beat you. I should be world champion." Now we're gonna have another feud and carry on forever.
That's why I'd rather them just have the last match at Mania. For me personally, I don't have interest in it at SummerSlam.
This could
And
be
plus the
logical.
bill, bro. What SummerSlam's 4 weeks away. Roman's gonna return in 3 weeks away and turn it for one of it. This is gonna
But
get no bill.
I don't know
so-
who. I think Roman v Braun is a bit underwhelming.
What about a tag match? Roman and someone we Seth and Braun.
Oh,
Who though?
I don't like
Roman and
tag match,
Jacob,
to be
maybe.
honest.
I don't know.
Roman and
what,
Sami.
Roman
maybe.
and, what about Roman? Roman
Roman and
When are
Sami.
we going to see
Nah.
Roman versus Punk? Do you think they're going to do that or not?
They will eventually. I
No,
think.
They
I
will
don't
eventually,
Yeah.
but it all depends on Roman showing up to work.
Imagine they
That's
do
the real
Roman.
issue. Roman don't. He doesn't want. He doesn't want to wrestle. Let's be honest. He wants to go break into Hollywood. He
Well,
doesn't
he
want to
said
be
that
around
sounds
that much.
stupid.
But to be fair, Roman said that, hasn't he? He has. It's not
Yeah.
like
Roman ain't
Listen,
gonna be around.
One of
his
the
job was
very
kind of
much.
done after Mania 40. He put Cody over. That his job was kind of done. Now everything else now is just a bonus.
Listen, I think one of the reasons people aren't buying into Seth's faction as they should is because of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was the reason, the faction came in the ball. He is like a massive part of the faction. If you don't have him be part of the storylines, how are people going to buy into him? That's my biggest issue with Roman Reigns not turning up. I mean, come on, he turned up at Raw after Mania. The angle was amazing, probably the best work they've done. Braun absolutely took out Roman Reigns, but since then, I don't know, man. I feel like
Guys,
Roman
Yeah, I
Reigns
don't
has,
know as well.
Roman
I
has to be
think
here, man.
I enjoy the Seth Riders.
I'm in, bro. It's crazy. They still haven't given them. I mean, it's meant to be coming soon, but come on, it's been 3 months and they still haven't got a name or a theme song.
Yeah, I like the Seth Riders, man. I like Seth Riders.
Guys, this
It has
might
that
sound
shield link to
stupid,
Mox
yeah?
as well.
Yeah,
This might
listen,
sound stupid, but do you think there's a possibility they could do Cody versus Roman 3 at
I can
Mania?
see that happening, but I don't know
Because-
if I want to see Cody versus Roman 3.
I mean, because Cody was hinting towards it, when Roman came back at SummerSlam.
I do though, but not anytime soon. I think.
I can see that happening, but not at a Mania, maybe or something.
I don't want it at Mania, exactly.
Something.
Three WrestleMania main events, Cody Roman.
I think Cody's got a lot of other matches that I prefer a Cody Seth 4 match more than I prefer.
I want to see
Roman.
Cody Punk, to be
Cody
honest.
Punk, that's what I was gonna say. That's my main event for next Mania. I think Cody with Punk has to happen.
Cody Randy, Cody Drew.
Oh
there's a
yeah,
lot of
there's a lot of different matches. And I
Yeah, there's
prefer
a lot
the
of good
Roman 3
matches
match.
for him.
The Roman 3
Even
match can
Jacob
happen.
Fatu or Braun stepping up, someone like that.
Yeah, Cody Roman can happen later down the line, but not.
Or
anytime
even
soon.
Cody versus Sammy, maybe.
Yeah,
Cody heel with Sammy, yeah, that'd be good.
And
Oh,
Sammy
yeah.
wins,
I
potentially.
think. Yeah, man.
Samzania.
I think we've covered
Well-
everything that happened on Raw. Or we missed anything out? No.
No, we've not missed anything.
That's pretty much everything covered,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Everything covered, yeah.
And we're now on the road to SummerSlam, so you can expect some SummerSlam themed episodes coming up, similar to what we did with Mania. So you have that to look forward to. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe. What else is there? Get out our socials. And yeah, see you guys next time. That's been Mission Podcast.